Hi guys, it's Michelle with Azure Daisy. I haven't been on here in a while, and I think I need to get back on here. I love doing videos. I've just been so busy lately. Ever since the holidays I got real busy, and then the winter time came, and I don't know about you, but in the winter I just have no motivation to do anything. So I kind of just slacked, and then I got signed up for a bunch of markets, so I've been doing markets. And then last week I took a break because I had 2 markets in one weekend, which I have never done, and I don't know what I was thinking when I scheduled it that way. Plus, I work full time, so I'm trying to keep up with my job and trying to grow this business. My embroidery, sewing business, crafting, whatever. I just love making things, and I'm trying to find things that, some new stuff to try. And so I got on here today because I've had this idea. I have a lot of ideas, by the way. I had this idea that I was going to make something different and for my mom. And my grandmother, her mother, my mom is from New Zealand, and so my whole side of that family is in New Zealand, so I never really got to know my grandma. I only saw her twice in my entire life. And but she would always send us hankies, and she always sending us hankies, and she would stitch on them, or she would stitch the ends. And years ago I was going to do something with them, like maybe make a quilt out of them or do something, and I never did. Things got crazy in my life for several years, and so I never did. So I was just going through Pinterest and getting ideas, different things I want to do, and then I saw these hanky things, and it reminded me, oh, I want to do something with those hankies. So I was like, I'll make something special for my mom. So I thought maybe I would try to make like a table runner thing, kind of like, but to put on her dresser and just remind her of her mother, because my grandma died about 20 years ago. So I pulled out the box of hankies that I had, and so I'll show you what I've got. Oh, that's kind of fun. I don't know, these vintage old hankies. Plus, along the way, I've picked up things at stores and stuff. But, so yeah, I was going to show you some of my hankies and then do this project with you and get back on my video journey. So here's one of the hankies that my grandma gave my mom. And my mom's name is Cherie. So she gave her this one. That's so pretty. It's just a plain hanky. And then we got this one, and they've got stains on them from being old, all the years. And I was thinking I would just leave them on there just because these are memories, and I don't want to ruin them. They still smell like my mom's dresser, and so I thought this would be such a nice thing. But when I saw this one, there's another one like this with my mom's name on it. I was like, how awesome is that my grandmother made that for my mother and sent it from New Zealand to her. And I, honestly, to this day, I just realized I never knew my grandmother did embroidery, but she must have done hand embroidery. Yeah, so, and maybe that's why I like embroidery. I don't know. And here's another one. It's really pretty, but it's stained up too. I don't know. I don't know how to clean them, and I don't want to. And then there's just a plain purple one. This is probably one she sent to my father. My father just loved getting hankies. Let's put it this way: my dad is an old hillbilly from West Virginia, and for my grandmother to send him hankies, I don't know. He just thought it was funny. And then this one's really pretty. But I got so many of these, and some of these are mine too that my grandma had sent me. Here's another one. It's just so pretty. see this one, I don't know if you can see the edge. You see the edge? But she like did some kind of stitching all over the edge. I don't know what, maybe it's like a crochet blanket stitch. I don't know. I have to ask my mom what my grandma did because I don't really know. And then here's one. She must have sent this one to my dad because this is more of a masculine one. But New Zealand are known for their sheep. They have more sheep in New Zealand than people. So that's probably one from my dad. And then here's another one she stitched on. Can you see? Yeah. And then here's another hanky. And this is another one that she did the edge. The edging one. And another, this is really old. This one's quite old. But there's so many pretty ones and I just don't know what to, gosh, I could make, I could make a quilt out of them, but I'm just not into quilting anymore. This is one she made for me. It's just got some cross stitches on it. And here's a pretty one that she did, and I'd like to know what she did. Does anybody know what that is? Is this like crochet? I don't know. And then here's one of mine that she gave me. And I mean, I have a whole box of hankies. A lot of these are from my grandma, though. It's all these edging ones. This one's really stained up. It's another, lots of pretty purples and blues. I can see those. Yeah, these are all, a lot of these are from my grandma. And another one she stitched on, and then it's another really, this one's really stained up, I don't know. And another one that she stitched on. But you know how cool this is to have something like, because I don't have many things from the past when I was growing up, and these are the few things that I have, are some hankies from my grandmother. Yeah, there's lots of these in here. Oh, here's a really cool one. This, another New Zealand one, but it's got the whole country of New Zealand on it, and the Marys and the Tikis and all that stuff. Here's another one she stitched on the edge. This looks like she just did some kind of a, I don't know, blanket stitch type thing. But there's so many in here. This one's probably for my dad. And then these ones on the bottom are ones I've picked up from thrift stores over the years. Oh, this is one. I don't think she did that one. I don't know. But yeah. And these are just old vintage linens that I've picked up. So yeah, everything on top is from my grandmother. I mean, there's tons of these. So anyway, long story short, I'm going to show you what I've picked out to do for my mom. It's going to be a trial and error, and I hope it works. I think even if it doesn't, my mom will still appreciate it. So I picked out these. Picked out this one. It's like a purplish one, and then this other one is like a purplish one. And she's got a tag on that one. She must not have ever taken the tag off. Get that off. Yeah. See, it's a Thursday evening. I don't know if I'll get all this done tonight, but I definitely wanted to start, and I wanted to start this video and get a few things going with it. So yeah, so there's that one. And then this is the one I was going to put in the middle that she had made for my mom. It's just purple, or lavender, and it's got my mom's name on it, which I think is so cool. I just never knew my grandma embroidered. It's just like, that is so neat. So yeah, I'm going to have to talk to my mom. But my mom's supposed to be coming over this weekend, so I'd like to get this done. Okay, so I was watching a lady on YouTube, yeah, on YouTube, and she was talking about vintage hankies, and like, I guess she was gonna make a pillow, or I don't know, but it's like how to make things out of vintage hankies. So I was like, ooh, let me see how you do that, how she does it. And so what she did is she took some of this very thin fusible interfacing and put it on the back of these, because these are very, I mean, they're very see-through. I can see right through them. So I was going to put some interfacing on them. And then I just went up to Michael's real quick since there is no Joann's. I don't even think the one around me is open anymore. But I went to the Michael's and got, all the fabric I've got, I don't have any white. I love color and I really need to get some solids. So I got this, just plain white. And what I was going to do is cut this out just a little bit smaller than the hanky. Let's see if I can do this. It's a little bit smaller than the hanky on the sides, if you can see that. And then I was going to cut it a little bit, just a teeny bit longer than the hanky on the top and bottom. And I was going to like just sew this on with the interfacing and just like sew around. Let's see if I can, around the edge. Let me see if I can just sew around the edges. And what I want to do is once I sew around the edges and I have these pieces on, you know, just hanging out a little bit, that's how I want to sew them together, because I don't want to ruin this pretty outsides and this lace and stuff. So if I could make 3 squares like that and then sew them together, I think that's all I'd need to do. I don't know, maybe I would need to hem, just do a little hem on these, because that way, on the ends and the sides, so that way they won't fray, right? But I think that's all I need to, I think that's my idea. I think that's all I need to do. So I'm going to iron these. I got my iron heating up back here. So I'm going to iron these, and I'm going to put the interfacing on, and then I'll show you what I come up with as far as squares go. It's just, I guess I'm thinking about it right, because I want to sew them together, but I don't want to okay, so let me show you how far I've gotten. I went ahead and put the interfacing, so now they're a little bit stiffer. So I put that on the back of all the 3 hankies. And then I went and cut the squares. This is not going to be perfect, but it'll be fine. And I'm just going to hem all the edges, except for the ones that I want to sew together. So I'm going to sew all the edges down. So I've got all 3 of these done. What's my rolling over? Oh, my nose. The room's a mess, as you can see. Let's see, so, yeah. Let me shut the door. Sorry about that. Morgan likes to come in and push the door open. She just has to know what I'm doing. And if she hears me talking, she's got to be right here. And then the one that I'm putting in the middle, I'm only going to hem up the 2 sides, because I'm going to connect connect it on both ends. So I'm going to start sewing my sides down. I'm just going to do a little zigzag stitch, because I didn't cut it big enough to like do a rolled hem. So I'm going to start out, actually, where's my, start out with this thing. I'm just getting back into sewing. I used to quilt all the time. I used to make quilts all the time. But I only did straight stitch. I only had a straight stitch machine, so yeah, I never used any other stitch. So let's see, let me get going here. I'm going to stitch right along the edge with a small zigzag stitch, so just to keep it from fraying. You know what would help? Is if I had thread in the machine. Oh my god. That's one thing I don't really care for. If I get enough money, I'm going to get me a better sewing machine, because the one I like to use is also my embroidery machine, and it's a pain to take it apart, especially now because I've been getting orders for Father's Day, so I've been embroidering more. And this machine always, the thread always comes out, and I don't know. This is just a bottom line basic machine. All right, I'm going to start again. Okay, cut my strings off. Yeah, I think that looks nice. I just did a zigzag very close to the edge, small zigzag stitch, and that's going to keep it from fraying, so I didn't have to do a rolled hem. Although this doesn't look so good. To fix this corners. And then I'll do the other two pieces, and I'll be back. I'm thinking, I don't know. I'm thinking of tearing down my embroidery machine and making it a sewing machine and doing like a decorative, pretty like flowery decorative stitch on top. Yeah, there's that flower one, or hearts even. I don't know. See what I mean? I can't make up my mind here. All right, so let me sew the other two, and then I'll be back. Hopefully tonight. It's 7 o'clock, so I don't know if I'll get this done tonight, but I will definitely get these pieces done. And I'll check back in with you. Sorry, I'm just rusty at doing YouTube. Alright, I'll see you shortly. Okay, I'm making some headway. So I sewed two pieces together, and what I did was, like I said, I left the notches on the back longer and open where I wanted to connect them, and then I sewed about 1/4 of an inch seam, and then I just cut it with pinking shears because I'm afraid it's gonna fray. So this is what it looks like from the top so far. What do you think? It's not even because these hankies are not the same size, but it's, you know, is what it is. It's an upcycle, right? But I realized that when I sewed all around them, I didn't sew across where I was going to attach them, and I need to do that. So I got to sew across the tops of these, sew them down, because otherwise they're going to be big pockets. And then I guess I should sew this one down too now. Should I sew it down now or after? Because this one has, I didn't think about that, but when I'm connecting, because I didn't want to connect them through these, I wanted the lace to show. I didn't want it to be sewn down, but I guess I'm gonna have to. I don't know how else to do it. So my idea is coming to fruition. I mean, like I said, it's not perfect. The hankies are different sizes, but it's still pretty. Yeah, so all right, let me sew the other edge on, and then I'm going to sew the top parts down that I didn't sew down before, and then I'll be back. I think I might finish this tonight. I don't know. It's already almost 8. Once I start, I can't stop. All right, I'll check back in. One more thing I just realized. So I'm glad I didn't sew the fronts down onto the fabric, because I have to fold them over so that I can get these laid down right sides together. so that I can sew that seam and sew these together, because otherwise I will be sewing the hankies. And yeah, there's, you know, maybe I made a mistake, I don't know, but the middle hanky is smaller than the others. But, and you know what else, these hankies are not straight, so it's really difficult to get this right. But okay, I just wanted to show you that real quick before I sew these next two together. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm back. I'm finished. Well, I might do something else to it tomorrow, so I'm not totally done. But for everything that I wanted to do tonight, I'm done. And, you know, I'm happy how it came out. I wish I could have gotten all the stains out, but I really don't want to wash these. And I feel like it's just part of the history of these hankies and the years. I mean, my mom is, you know, she's getting up there. She's getting close to 80. And, you know, this is like a whole history of years of stuff, you know? So I feel like the stains might give them some charm. I don't know. I mean, here it is. I think it turned out really good. And here's the back. There's the back. And yeah, so I think I'm going to do one more thing to it tomorrow. And then I will show you the final product. But what do you think? I mean, for just an idea I had last night and I decided to go ahead and do it today, I think it's pretty good. And it's hard because, like I said, these things are not perfectly square. They're not the same size. You know, some of them have scalloped edges. And, yeah. So, yeah, anyways. So that's that for now. And I will be back on tomorrow sometime to show you the finished product. And I don't know, I'm pretty proud of myself. It's not, believe me, it's not perfect. There's no perfectly straight anything on this, but it looks really nice. The fabric that I got at Michael's at Fat Quarter, I needed 2 of those, by the way. A lot of threads here. But yeah, so I guess I better sign off for tonight, and I'll check back tomorrow and show you what else I've added to it. And yeah, it's 8 o'clock, so I gotta go eat dinner. I haven't even eaten dinner yet. I was so gung-ho about getting that done tonight. But I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hi guys. Okay, so I finished the table runner for my mom, and I put one extra special thing on it. I went ahead and embroidered a saying on there for her. And this is what I did. You can read it. Yeah, so I think she's gonna like it, and I'll film her reaction. She's coming over today, so I will film her reaction and her opinion on it. The only thing I would do differently is when I folded it, I don't know if you can see this, but the edges are folding up. I should have tacked all that down, but I didn't want to ruin the edges because they're pretty. So yeah, so I'll get her reaction on this and film her, and then I'll probably wrap up this video after that. And I got some other, I have another project that I want to do that I've never done. My CFO at where I work, she gave me a bag of like fabric and dish towels and things, and she wants me to make a yoga bag out of it, like a scrappy yoga bag. So that'll be my next, I think that's gonna be my next project, my next video. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. I guess I'll measure my yoga mat and go from there. But anyways, I just want to check in, show you the finished product, and I will be back in a little while when my mom gets here and get her reaction. And then, yeah, so then I'll be wrapping up the video after that. I'll be back.
Made it on what?
On YouTube. Okay, my mom's here.
Okay.
On, Mom.
Yeah, I'm here.
So I made you this.
Oh, thank you. What is it? Let me see. Oh, that's beautiful. From the past to the present. Oh, that's so sweet.
Those were Grandma's,
That is
your hankies.
beautiful. Oh, really?
Grandma embroidered your name on there.
She did?
Yeah, turn it around.
My mother did?
Yeah. See?
She did that?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Which one was that on?
There's another one with your name on it too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How did she? Oh, I guess she was at one time doing embroidery, right?
I guess I was going to ask you.
Well,
Damn,
thank
Sherry,
you.
you don't know, remember
Look,
that?
Isn't that gorgeous?
Too long ago.
My mother put that on there. I
know.
never
Yeah.
even knew. I didn't think she did much needlework, but I knew she did some, but not a lot.
Yeah.
Gosh,
You
that's
can tell it's all hands.
Yeah, that's
she
beautiful.
put that on there.
and all my hankies.
Uh-huh.
She was a lovely person. Joyce sent me beautiful hankies.
I know. I have a whole box full.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, what a nice gift. I love it. I have to put it in a frame.
I thought about framing it for you, so if
Yeah.
you want me to, I will.
I think it's something that you want to.
Okay, as you can tell, my mom really liked the runner that I made her. She actually wants me to frame it. So I'm going to see how much it costs to get it framed. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I think it turned out really nice. I did not expect that reaction from her. And I had a feeling she wouldn't remember my grandma embroidering her name on a couple of these hankies. Yeah, it's been a long time, and my mom's, you know, a lot of life. You can't remember everything. And like I said, I only saw my grandma twice in my life. I think my mom, after she left New Zealand, I think she may have only seen her 2 times before she, you know, the same 2 times that I saw her. So we didn't, you know, living that far away. And not visiting is hard because that's one heck of a... Hi, I was trying to do my closing of my video and my camera battery died. So anyways, I don't know what I was saying. Oh, just how expensive it is to go to New Zealand and how we haven't been there in a long, long time. Yeah, it's been about 12 years since we've been, and it's just such a long trip. But anyway, that's enough about that. I'm going to wrap this video up. I have been working on a million things. My office slash craft room looks like a disaster zone. Yeah, I've been cutting up towels because I'm going to make zipper bags out of thrifted towels, dish towels. I've been working on a flannel shirt. And then I'm going to make a valance. For my office slash craft room. When I work from home, I work in here, so it's kind of like my office too. But yeah, so I'm going to make a valance out of these. And should be pretty simple. I'm going to do it. If it works out, then I'll make one for my mom's window, and I'll probably videotape that one. But I want to make sure that I get this right because I got to sew them together, and then I want to put a rod pocket on the back. So, and then put them up there. Let's see. I don't have a curtain in here, even though you don't really need one, but I think it'd be pretty because I have enough junk on the walls. This is kind of like my sanctuary where I have all the fun things in life. It's things that I enjoy that I can't put all over the house. So, okay. Well, I think I'm going to sign off and listen to me sign off like I'm at work. And I'll be back with another tutorial soon. And I hope you enjoyed this one. Yeah, so have a good Memorial Day. That's tomorrow. And I will be seeing you all soon. Bye.